Hoodie guy coming back with another one. Well, market is mostly red. You can see Bitcoin's up about 0.5%, so it's moving north a little bit. Hash rate for Kaspa is looking pretty good, 665 petahash in terms of it's been staying pretty stable there. We're not talking about it slipping on the Kaspa TC chart, which it's still, it'll bounce back, but it keeps making lower lows on that. So there was a time or this summer where it started to kind of make a move up in June, July, but then it's just been breaking down ever since then. What we need is, and there's a lot of people that have multiple wallets. There are people that are just holding on MEXC or Kraken or somewhere like that. So those are harder to tell. But in terms of wallets with one Kaspa, we need, this has been kind of stagnant for a while. And if you factor in that people that messed around with KRC20s had like a Casware wallet or, a Casper bot wallet, things like that, then, Castle wallets, there's people with multiple wallets. So the community really hasn't grown, at least the on-chain community. And with the rapid admission schedule, Kaspa needs to start getting more adoption the next 4 years. Otherwise, it's really going to be up against a gun by the next post-halving year when the fees are already way less. That rapid admission schedule has got pros and cons. And right now, there's not a lot of fees. The L2s seem like they can be good because it's locking up Kaspa, the use case for using Kaspa, but there's really no fees generated for the L1, not much. You can see just 4,000 in Kaspa fees. At the price now, that's not very much money. 10,000 Kaspa, 4,000 Kaspa. So pretty much no money being generated for fees. It's such a small amount compared to the block reward. But even the big dog Bitcoin, this last block had 0.007 BTC. So what is that? Maybe $1,000, maybe $1,600 when you're looking at hundreds of thousands of dollars for the block reward. You can see if you just clicked on this last block, they got $345,000. Only $800 of it was from fees. You can see that $1,700 from fees. So compared to the block reward, Bitcoin's not $2,000 in fees. There's not a lot of ton of money, $1,000. So 800, it's like 800 to 2,000, but then there's 345,000 basically in the block rewards. So where Kaspa's been slipping here is, it used to be number 2 behind Bitcoin when I was really for a good chunk of time before Dogecoin had its run up in price, and then it was number 3 spot for a long time. And this is the 24-hour how much money is generated by the blockchain. You can see almost 50 million for Bitcoin, 2.6 million for Dogecoin, and now Zcash is number 3 at 500,000, Litecoin 350,000, now Bitcoin Cash 238,000, Ethereum Classic 188,000, Kaspa 182,000. So it's not far from getting back above Ethereum Classic and Bitcoin Cash, and it's got a little bit of a lead over Monero. And then there's Dash is another privacy coin, only 21,000. But you can see that there's a couple smaller coins. But price, if Kaspa price doubled over the rest of these really quick or something, then it'd barely be above Litecoin. But for it to double and them to not go up in price, it's probably most likely not going to happen in the short term. So, there's just less money being made for the miners, and so with the emission schedule, you need. Right now in the short term, I don't see the fee market growing at all. And I know some people are trying to get I saw Flux and using Flux to get nodes and stuff. I saw Kaspa Silver selling node setups. Nodes are cool, and I think long term they need that, but you need adoption to incentivize more people to mine it, get the hash rate going back up. And I think for this cycle, that's probably not going to happen. So that's all I got. It is what it is. And I also wanted to add that, the top 20 will still be competitive. And, between now and 2028, 2029, there'll be some new VC things like Sui or Solana. There'll be some new chain or project that's getting VC backing that'll add to the competitive nature of the landscape. And we'll see what the market really prices in, if they really care about a fast, decentralized proof of work chain. We don't know. Narratives can take off really quick. We don't know the future. I mean, some people think this cycle is over, some don't. I'm kind of in the camp that thinks that it's not over. Let me know what you think. And yeah, that's basically about it. It's kind of slid down here on the 24-hour money generated for miners. I don't think this counts the fees, but for most of these, the fees are so minimal that it's almost just doesn't even matter adding it until there's the fee markets pick up on any of them. Thanks for watching and have a good day.